Λοιπόν, νομίζω ότι μπορούμε να ξεκινήσουμε. Καλησπέρα σας. Χαίρομαι που είναι σήμερα η αίθουσα γεμάτη και μάλιστα βλέπω και νέα παιδιά. Εξάλλου τα νέα τα παιδιά είναι αυτά που έχουν το νέο αυτό που μας έχει έρθει το διαδίκτυο και χαίρομαι ειλικρινά που παραβρίσκεστε σήμερα εδώ σε μια πολύ σημαντική ημερίδα. Κυρίες και κύριοι, είναι γεγονός ότι στη σημερινή εποχή η κυριότερη πηγή πληροφόρησης προέρχεται από το διαδίκτυο και η ταχύτητα διάχυση άλλαξε ριζικά τα δεδομένα και τον τρόπο λειτουργίας ολόκληρης της κοινωνίας μας, προσφέροντας παράλληλα νέες δυνατότητες εξέλιξης της επιστήμης, της οικονομίας, του πολιτισμού και φυσικά των επιχειρήσεων. Αυτή η αλλαγή του τρόπου πληροφόρησης και η ταυτόχρονη ανάπτυξη των ιστοσελίδων κοινωνικής δικτύωσης τα τελευταία χρόνια έχουν μετατρέψει το διαδίκτυο στο βασικότερο εργαλείο του μάρκετινγκ και για μια επιχείρηση. Τα κοινωνικά δίκτυα αποτελούν πλέον κομμάτι της καθημερινότητάς μας. Άνοιξαν νέους δρόμους επικοινωνίας, ενώνονται ολόκληρος ο κόσμος, καταργούνται ουσιαστικά τα σύνορα και οι αποστάσεις. Τι σημαίνει αυτό πραγματικά για τις επιχειρήσεις? Η πελατεία τους έπαψε να περιορίζεται γεωγραφικά. Τα προϊόντα και οι υπηρεσίες είναι σε θέση μέσα στα κοινωνική δικτύωση να γίνονται παγκόσμια γνωστά σε ελάχιστο χρόνο, με μεγαλύτερη ακρίβεια και φυσικά με μικρότερο κόστος. Στο σύγχρονο οικονομικό περιβάλλον, χάρη στην πληροφορική και τα μέσα κοινωνικής δικτύωσης, ανοίγονται νέοι δρόμοι επικοινωνίας και ευκαιριών για τις επιχειρήσεις, όμως παράλληλα τις εκθέτουν και στον παγκόσμιο ανταγωνισμό. Η πρόκληση είναι τεράστια. Τεράστιες ευκαιρίες, τεράστιος ανταγωνισμός σε παγκόσμιο επίπεδο. Επομένως, οι επιχειρήσεις πρέπει να εκμεταλλευτούν τις νέες ψηφιακές ευκαιρίες, χρησιμοποιώντας τα μέσα κοινωνικής δικτύωσης με σωστό τρόπο και τους κατάλληλους ανθρώπους, ώστε να επιτύχουν την πρόσβασή τους σε αγορές που μέχρι χθες φαινόταν μακρινές, άπιαστες, αυξάνοντας με τον τρόπο αυτό τον κύκλο εργασιών τους και την ανταγωνιστικότητά τους. Ξέρετε πάρα πολύ καλά όλοι ότι το απλό που χρησιμοποιούμε οι περισσότεροι και ιδιαίτερη η δικιά μας η γενιά, το Facebook, αντιλαμβάνεστε πόσο γνωστός μπορεί να γίνει κάποιος μέσω του Facebook, σε σημείο αν είναι υποψήφιος στην πολιτική να έχει την εκλογή του, αλλά και παράλληλα όμως κάποιοι έξυπνοι επαγγελματίες το χρησιμοποίησαν ακόμα και το Facebook ως εργαλείο και νομίζω ότι κάποιοι τα κατάφεραν κιόλας. Δεν θέλω να πω τον τρόπο, δεν θέλω να πω το τι αποδίδει κοινωνική δικτύωση. Εξάλλου έχουμε εδώ πέρα τους καλεσμένους μας και εισηγητές μας και τους ευχαριστώ ιδιαίτερα που βρίσκονται στην πόλη μας αλλά και στο επιμελητήριό μας και μάλιστα κάποιοι είναι και για δεύτερη φορά, ίσως και για τρίτη νομίζω, τέταρτη. Λοιπόν, και αυτό είναι τιμή για μας. Και μάλιστα κυρίες και κύριοι συνάδελφοι, οι προσκεκλημένοι σήμερα εδώ που μας τιμούνε είναι εθελοντικά. Κανένας δεν μπορεί να πιστέψει ότι έρχεται μια ομάδα ανθρώπων που έχει εμπειρία στο μάρκετινγκ, εμπειρία στο θέμα της επιχειρηματικότητας και στην κοινωνική δικτύωση, που σήμερα βρίσκονται εδώ πέρα εθελοντικά. Και γι' αυτό σας ευχαριστώ όλους. Θέλω επίσης όμως να ευχαριστήσω και έναν καλό και πολύτιμο συνεργάτη, τον Ιγνάτιο το Μεϊμάρη, το διευθυντή του Διαβαλκανικού Ινστιτούτου, που έχουμε μια πάρα πολύ καλή συνεργασία και νομίζω ότι αυτό το αποδείξαμε και την αποστολή που κάναμε και στο Κεντάκι πριν αρκετά χρόνια επάνω στην κτηνοτροφία και κέρδισαν πάρα πολλά πράγματα σημαντικά οι κτηνοτρόφοι. Αγαπητέ Ιγνάτιε, έχεις το λόγο για ένα χαιρετισμό και στη συνέχεια να δώσουμε το λόγο στους συζητητές μας, γιατί σίγουρα εδώ οι παρευρισκόμενοι θέλουν να ακούσουν τους συζητητές και όχι εμάς. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Είναι πράγματι η τιμή μας στο Διαβαλκανικό Ινστιτούτο, το οποίο το ιδρύσαμε η σύζυγός μου και εγώ μετά που ήρθαμε τα τελευταία 14 χρόνια, μετά από 35 χρόνια στην Αμερική, και ήρθαμε εδώ για να ξεκινήσουμε αυτό ακριβώς το Ινστιτούτο, με σκοπό να βοηθήσουμε τον τόπο μας. Το θέμα που ανέφερε ο πρόεδρος για τον εθελοντισμό είναι κάτι που εμείς το ζούμε καθημερινά στο πετσί μας, και είναι η χαρά μας να μπορέσουμε να μεταδώσουμε ό,τι έχουμε πάρει και ό,τι μας έδωσε και μας πρίκησε ο Θεός, να μπορούμε να το μεταδώσουμε και να μην μείνει σε εμάς, αλλά να περάσει και σε άλλους. Και είναι χαρά μου και τιμή μου να συνεργαζόμαστε με το Επιμελητήριο. Πάντοτε έλεγα ότι ποτέ δεν χρειάζεται να κάνεις κάτι καινούριο, να ανακαλύψεις τον τροχό, αλλά πας δίπλα, υποστηρίζεις αυτό το οποίο ήδη γίνεται σε μια πόλη, σε μια περιφέρεια, και ενδυναμώνεις αυτό που ήδη υπάρχει. Και έτσι, χωρίς να πω τίποτε περισσότερο, θέλω και πάλι να σας ευχαριστήσω για το γεγονός ότι πήρατε τον πολύτιμο σας χρόνο και βρίσκεστε εδώ σήμερα, και θέλω να συστήσω το πρώτο άτομο ο οποίος θα ξεκινήσει, και θα μπούμε μετά, λοιπόν, θα μπει το νερό στα βλάκι που λέμε, και θα έχουμε την παρουσίαση. Ο κύριος George Άγγελος είναι ο εισηγητής, θα λέγαμε πρώτος.
Hello, welcome. Thank you all for coming this evening. We're happy to have you. My name is actually George Trump. I'm Donald Trump's younger son. Just kidding. Actually, I have something very much in common with you. You know what that is? Είμαι Έλληνας. Θα μιλήσω λιγάκι Greeklish. Σπασμένα ελληνικά. Okay, σας παρακαλώ, κάτσε μαζί μου εδώ. Είμαι ο Γιώργος Αγγελάκος. Ο παππούς μου γεννήθηκε έξω από τη Σπάρτη, σε ένα χωριό στα Ανόια, και σε 15 χρονών ήρθε στο Ποπόρι στη Αμερική. Είχε πιο λίγο από $1 στη τσέπη του, 2 διαφορετικά παπούτσια, και έμαθε δουλειά στη Αμερική και άνοιξε το δικό του εστιατόριο. Έφερε η γιαγιά μου από τα Ανόια, και εγώ γεννήθηκα στη Αμερική. Η μάνα μου γεννήθηκε στη Αθήνα, και ο μπαμπάς μου πήγε στο πανεπιστήμιο έξω από τη Αθήνα και είπε δεν μπορεί να βρει ένα, how do you say, souvenir. So έφερε τη μάνα μου στη Αμερική. So εγώ γεννήθηκα εκεί και πήγα την πρώτη μέρα στο σχολείο και δεν μπορούσα να μιλήσω εγγλέζικα καθόλου. Αλλά αγαπάω την Ελλάδα πάρα πολύ και παντρεύτηκα μια Αμερικανίδα. Και η γιαγιά μου στη Αμερική 50 χρόνια και δεν έμαθε να μιλάει εγγλέζικα καθόλου, και που έφερα my girlfriend, τώρα είναι my wife, είπε δεν τη θέλω, βγάλτε από εδώ. Είπε, ο παππούς λέει ότι η καλύτερη Αμερικανίδα είναι χειρότερη από τη χειρότερη Ελληνίδα. So, η γυναίκα μου μα κοιτάει το Facebook, so θέλω να την πεις ένα λεπτό γιατί κοιτάει. Η γιαγιά μου δεν τη έλεγε Νίτσα, τη έλεγε Νίτσα, λέει δεν το ξέρω αυτό το όνομα. So έβαλα και το δικά του όνομα. So όλοι κοίτα, πες μου ένα, σας παρακαλώ, πες, τι κάνεις Νίτσα? Μπράβο, ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Έχω 3 παιδιά και να μένω σε ένα πολύ μικρό χωριό στη Αμερική, West Virginia. Εσείς το λένε, Virginia, ναι, ξέρω κάποιος στο Richmond. 7 ώρες από εκεί. Έχω ο Φάνης, έχω το δεύτερο παιδί μου είναι Ελένη, Ελένη, και τρίτο παιδί είναι Καλλιόπη. So, να πιστέψεις να έχουν αυτά το όνομα στη Αμερική και όλοι λένε, πού τα βρήκες αυτά το όνομα? So, έχω γεννηθεί πολύ αγάπη για την Ελλάδα. Έκανε ο μαμάς και ο μπαμπάς μου ακόμη ζουνε και κάνουμε όλα τα ελληνικά και έβαλα το δάχτυλίδι, αυτό το χέρι, κανένας δεν το κάνει αυτό στην Αμερική. Χάρηκα που είμαστε εδώ. Σήμερα θα μιλήσω τώρα εγγλέζικα, γιατί τώρα δεν μιλάω καλά τα ελληνικά. Αυτά μπορώ να φτάσω, θα σταματήσω εκεί. Today's topic is going to be how social media has helped us to engage customers and grow our business. And we have brought a mixture of restaurant franchisees from Chick-fil-A, in addition to people from our home office, the people who support us in Atlanta, Georgia. So I would like to introduce all of our team today so you get to meet them, and they're going to give you a quick introduction. So while your wife is watching, this is Daryl LaSure. You want to tell a little bit about yourself, a brief intro?
Kalispera. I'm very happy to be here on this evening. This is my fourth time to Greece and Katarini. It is an honor for me to be here to share with you a little bit about myself and some about marketing and how we can help you to be successful in your business. I have two children, a 16-year-old daughter, Vanessa, my 14-year-old son, Evan, my wife, Candace. I have one brother, and today is my mother's birthday. So I can't be there with her, so my father obviously is going to take her to dinner, and he'll buy her gifts on my behalf. So let's tell her one more time, happy birthday, Ruth. Thank you very much.
All right, the second person we have along with us today is also from our support center. Her name is Courtney Stewart, and she's been with Chick-fil-A for 15 years. So Courtney is going to give us a real brief introduction of herself.
Hello, thanks for having us today. As George said, I've been at the support center for 15 years, and I am in the supply chain or logistics department at the office.
Next to Courtney is Stephanie Witt. Stephanie Witt owns a restaurant, a successful restaurant outside of Washington, D.C., in the Maryland area, and she's been with Chick-fil-A 18 years. Stephanie?
Hi, I'm Stephanie Witt. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Like George says, I've had my restaurant for going on 19 years now. We are outside of Washington, D.C., so it as well is a small town. I have 3 children, all boys, so I'm surrounded by men all the time. Our oldest is 24, and he is working in the business with us. My middle son is 22, and he's getting ready to graduate from the United States Naval Academy. And our youngest is 17, and he'll graduate from high school this year. When we started our business, our first year in business, we did $1.3 million, which for our bigger area was not very good, especially with the prices to run a business. And you'll hear a lot about how social media has helped us. This year we'll do just shy of $9 million in sales.
Engineer, he works with Stephanie. Okay. Thank you. What's the last? Oh yeah. So this is Jim Brown, owner.
As George said, my name is Jim Brown. Thank you for having us here tonight. We're very excited to be here with you to talk about the things that we'll address tonight. I've been with Chick-fil-A 31 years. I was in 2 different shopping malls, and I'm now in a freestanding restaurant for the last 18 years. My wife Liz and I have been married 40 years. I have 2 daughters, Ellie and Addie. Ellie works in the business with me. She's 39. Addie is 37. I have, the best thing is I have 6 grandchildren. Actually, I'm sorry, I have 5 grandchildren and almost 6. So in May, we'll have another grandchild, and that's been a lot of fun. The store that I'm at now, my business this past year will do $6.5 million in sales.
Also from Atlanta, Georgia, from our support center, our home office, is Justin Jackson.
Kalispera. This is my first time here in Greece, and I must say I love it so far. I love the culture, the food, just staying out late. At home, I love to stay out late, and I just can't get over the fact that everybody wants to fellowship together into the late night. So I just love it. My career with Chick-fil-A started 14 years ago. I was 15 years old working in a restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. So I worked there for 8 years. I was a cashier up front. I became the general manager while I was still working in college. And then I had the pleasure of moving to the home office and working on staff after I graduated college. So I work in finances, but also have my business partners here, and we work very closely together to ensure that we have successful business. So it's a pleasure to be here and excited to share this information about marketing with you. Thank you.
Well, now that you know the purpose of our visit, and you also have met the team that has come all the way from the United States to spend time in the great country of Greece, we wanted to tell you a little more about our company. So the first thing we wanted to talk to you about was our founder. Our founder is S. Truett Cathy, and he originated Chick-fil-A, or the Dwarf House when he first started, in 1946 in Hateville, Georgia. In 1961, Truett Cathy still had this restaurant called the Dwarf House that served hamburgers, hot dogs, everything. And in 1961, he invented a sandwich that had never been sold in the United States. That sandwich over there, the boneless breast of chicken sandwich, deneki kokolo, then ήταν στη Αμερική. And when he invented that, the people loved it. They loved it to the point that in 1967, he opened, άνοιξε το πρώτο Chick-fil-A. Κότα, φιλέ, A quality, alpha. Το καλύτερο το λέει. So Chick-fil-A in 1967, and he opened it in a mall. Another thing he invented, Truett Cathy, was that there was no food in malls back then. And he thought, there's a lot of people in those malls. They need food. Why don't I go in there? And he was the first person to provide food in a shopping mall. Now imagine, I'm going to go Greek a little bit. Καταλαβαίνεις, 21 χρόνια είχε μόνο ένα εστιατόριο, μόνο ένα. Ήταν 46 χρονών. Εγώ είμαι 50 και θέλω να έχω κουραστικό λιγάκι, κουράστηκα, θέλω να πάω πιο σιγά. Αυτός μόλις άρχισε τότε. Άρχισε, είχε ένα μαγαζί και τώρα η εταιρεία μας έχει 2.500 μαγαζιά στη Αμερική. Σε 47 states in the United States. Κάνουμε το χρόνο, how do you say billion? 11 δις το χρόνο όλα τα μαγαζιά μας. 51 χρόνια συνέχεια έχουν πάει πιο πολλά our sales. That's Greeklish, our sales, huh? So what's amazing about our company is that we love our company so much that we volunteered and paid our own money to come tell you about Chick-fil-A. We have no other incentive to be here. We're not opening a restaurant that I know of in Greece. I'm not. I don't get paid to come. In fact, some of the guys had to use their vacation time for the year. We love and are so happy for our company and wanted to share with you the foundation of our company and how maybe that could help your businesses and your country, that we volunteered and paid to come here. Actually, I think we go to about 28 different countries to present and to share the Chick-fil-A story. So let me tell you about a little bit where it started. We said it started in the Dwarf House. Remember that, up in the left-hand corner? Now we have 17 of those. The next thing we did is in the upper right-hand corner, we opened in shopping malls. We now have 294 of those. The next thing we did in the bottom left-hand corner was we saw, boy, people aren't going just to the shopping malls. How many of you have ever gone through a drive-through? Have you been? So a couple of you, not many. So a drive-through is when you don't get out of your car, you tell to a speaker box what you want, you go around and they give you the food and you leave. Right? You don't even go in. That is the most popular concept in America and at Chick-fil-A right now. I have one mall and one freestanding store. And we now have 1,754 freestanding stores with drive-thrus. Very popular. In fact, on a busy day, my store is not as busy as some of the other ones. I can have up to 140 cars in 1 hour go through just in the drive-thru. We also have urban centers in downtown and big cities, and we also have 379 restaurants on college campuses. So our company has grown to great size and popularity in America. And let me tell you about how popular we are. If you turn to the next screen, the most loved fast food company is listed right here. And our customers voted us the most loved popular country in the United States. Now, how about not just restaurants? How about every brand in America? What is the most beloved company in America? Well, when you list, we're not number one, but we're the first restaurant company listed on the list of the most beloved brands in America. Americans appreciate not only our food, but who we are and what we stand for. Let me tell you another neat thing about Chick-fil-A is not only do they love our food, they love what we stand for. They love our service. They love the fact that our stores are clean. They love the fact that we're very involved in the community. They love the fact that we have great food and great people combined. And that's why they have made us so amazingly successful. And the last thing I'd like to share with you is not only do they have Greek guys like me who own restaurants, but the president of Chick-fil-A is actually a Greek. Τιμόθεος Τωσόπουλος, ο μπαμπάς του ήταν παπάς στη Αμερική και είναι the president of our company είναι Έλληνας, which we are very, very proud of as well. He actually was so happy we were coming, he has a message just for you. So Tim?
Yes, I'm Tim Tosopoulos, and I want to say welcome to the conference. On behalf of all of us from Chick-fil-A and LifeShape International, we're delighted that you're with us. I've been part of Chick-fil-A for over 42 years, but those are not my true roots. My roots are in Greece. My grandparents all immigrated from Greece in the early 1900s. My grandparents were from the Peloponnesus, and then one Yaya from the island of Skopilos. And my parents were born here in the United States, and we grew up in a very strong Greek-American household. I married a woman who is also Greek-American. Her parents immigrated as well from the Peloponnesus, and we have raised our two sons in a Greek-American household as well, in the life of our church, have taken our Greek roots and tried to weave that into every part of our life here in the United States. We enjoy coming back to Greece and visit. And the connection for us as a family and for all of us between the United States, what's happening in Greece is vitally important. So we're excited that you're here at this conference.
So,
Some of our experience.
he had too much ouzo when he did the talk. Matthew Siligaki, ignore me. But the bottom line, Tim.
Yes, I'm Tim Tosopoulos, and I want to say welcome to the conference.
Tim, in a very Greek, very proud of his Greek heritage, very active in the Greek Orthodox Church in Atlanta. He married a Greek girl. His children and he come to Greece often, and he is as Greek can be living in America. In fact, when we have our convention every year, he takes all the Greeks out to a Greek restaurant, and we have a Greek meal together every time we go to to seminar in the United States. So with all that, I have told you about why we're here, who we are, who I am, who's come with us, who is Chick-fil-A. But really what you've come to know, right, and come want to hear is what can we help, what can we share that can possibly help you? And that's why we're here. So I want to introduce Daryl, Justin, and Terry. They are going to expand on the concept that we're here to share with you today. How has social media helped us to engage customers and grow our business? Thank you very much.
Got Espada again. Glenn, I'm glad to be here. And what you've heard tonight is a little bit about our history, but we want to talk to you more about what you've come to hear, or what you've wanted to learn is about social media. I've been with Chick-fil-A for 20 years, and the one thing that I can tell you that is the most important is that we have not done anything in our organization that puts money before people. It has always been people before money. Our founder always said that if you give people what they want, they will eventually give you what you want. So remember that in your businesses and in your day-to-day lives, it's not always about profit, it's about people first. So our first screen, obviously, is our social strategy. I won't read it to you because you can all read it, but I'll ask you to look at it for a few minutes, and let's just think about it. So there's one word in the first sentence, and it's at the end of the sentence, and the word is care. C-A-R-E. Care. Our social strategy and our media strategy really is all about caring for people. We want to be a profitable brand, but we want to be the most caring brand, and we want to be the most caring organization and restaurant in America and throughout the world. The next slide is a quote from our founder. It says, "I want Chick-fil-A to be a great company, but you have to understand that a great company is a caring company." There's no line in there about profits. It's all about care. The profits will come, the money will come, but make your customers and make your people first. So what are the ways in which we highlight or utilize a strategy for social media? I'm going to show you 6 ways. The first way is to be the messenger for meaningful messages. Be the messenger for meaningful messages. We want to ensure that what we advertise and what we promote means something to our customers. We just don't want to advertise a sandwich. We just don't want to advertise potatoes. We want to offer something more that when they come to the restaurant, it's meaningful beyond the food. The second one is to bring joy, outside of our restaurants. So we want you to be happy when you come to the restaurant. However, we also want you to be happy when you leave the restaurant. One of the quotes that our founder, Truett Cathy, would always say is, everybody needs encouragement. So how do you know if someone needs encouragement? They're breathing. So everyone needs encouragement. Everybody needs to know that no matter what's happened in the course of their day, that we want you to have a good day and you can be successful throughout that day. So bring joy outside of the restaurant. The third thing is to create content that breaks through feeds. So we just don't want to advertise anything. We want to make sure that what we bring you, when we bring you content on social media, whether it be Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, that it's meaningful and that it grabs your attention. So bring content that breaks through your normal day-to-day feeds. It's just not a free sandwich. It's not a promotion. It's not an advertisement. But it's something that grabs your attention that makes you want to visit our restaurants. The fourth area is to care to understand social and content platforms and how people are using them. So we want our customers also to understand. We want them to talk about our brand. We want them to create content that's reflective of their experiences and reflective on what we're making on them. So think about it. We want them to talk about Chick-fil-A in their day-to-day feed. So everybody has a Facebook page. Everybody has an Instagram page. We want them to talk about Chick-fil-A, and we always talk about ourselves. We want them to talk about us. Number 5, use data to find people who need care. So we want to use data, and we will highlight certain customers who attend our restaurant on a regular basis. We want to help them, so if they come into the restaurant and it's their birthday, we want to be able to say happy birthday. If it's their anniversary, if it's something special happening in their lives, we want to be able to highlight that. So when they come and get the food, it's just not the food, but we want to say, hey, thank you for coming to Chick-fil-A, and also happy birthday or happy anniversary. Okay, so the 6 ways that we can show care: be the messenger of a meaningful message, bring joy outside the restaurant, create content that breaks through feed, care to understand social and content platforms, and use data to find the people who need care. The 6th one is work with inspired creators to help good stories get told. So we utilize outside companies to help us. So we utilize our own internal strategy, the Chick-fil-A strategy. We utilize customers, but we also use other companies that are outside of Chick-fil-A to help us tell their stories. They're professionals. They can help us craft a story that's meaningful. They understand our brand, and they can help us to have more experiences on the internet by helping us to create that content. All right, so what is content? Next slide. Content can be a tweet, like Twitter. It can be a Netflix show. It can be a GIF, or it can be an Instagram story, a hashtag, a digital short story, or an online game, a meme, TikTok, a 2-hour film, or a TV commercial, and so on. These are all ways in which one can highlight or promote their business. So think about that as, if you're a business owner, these are ways in which you can talk about your brand or the product and service that you offer. So how does this strategy come to life? We do it through organically. We do it through paid shoots and more stories. So at Chick-fil-A, we love to tell stories. We love to have people talk about their experience. We want to talk about their experiences that they've had at the restaurant. Next slide. We utilize Instagram, a feed that feels like our restaurants. We utilize Twitter. We love kindness. We utilize Facebook to share good stories. And we also utilize an internal process within the company, the chicken wire. It's a place for people internally to understand what's going on in our organization. So does that make sense? Are you sure? Okay. At this point, I take your part? Okay, so listen, I took Justin's part, but he's going to come back and he's going to get more in-depth and more detail into the information.
Okay, so let's do a little experiment. So I'd like for you to raise your hand if you have Facebook. Mostly everyone here. Excellent. Now, raise your hand if you have Instagram. Okay, so not everyone raised their hand for both. And so what I want to tell you now is that in different phases of business, I may be able to reach, one age group with Facebook, but I can't reach the same age group with Instagram. And so we talked about content a little bit earlier. And so how do you create messages where you can reach different age groups, different people? And so I want to highlight that's very important. So can we go back? We're on Instagram. Okay. So the first point there, Daryl talked about organic messages. And so on Instagram, photos are what lead the stories. And so we want our users, we want our customers to post, and we want to reflect that. So let's say Daryl will post something about his food at Chick-fil-A. I want to make sure that Daryl gets credit for that, and so I may repost that with him there as the content creator. So it's not all about what I can create and push to my customers. It feels more real if my customers see it from others like them. We do have paid stories for specific things like promotions and food that we want to get out and have a concrete message about. And then the 24-hour stories, we want to make sure that we're highlighting excitement in those stories because they're there for a minute and they're gone away. So other platforms don't have this technology, and so this is an option that you can use to promote your business. So now we're going to move to Twitter, where words are championed. And so on Twitter, I can type almost anything, but words lead the story. And so on Twitter, we want to highlight that we don't attack other companies. We don't attack anyone on Twitter with unkind words. We want to highlight and have a consistent message that we're always positive and that we're always going to tell a good story about our brand. There are other companies that go back and forth and use that as a method to drive excitement about their brand or just notice, and that's not something we want to do. So we know which area of the market that we're in, so we want to make sure that we stay there. And then another way that we've been able to use Twitter is that through retweets and through messages from others, we're able to find ways to surprise and delight our customers. So, for example, if George is at a restaurant and he says, I'm at Chick-fil-A for my birthday, that local store may be able to get a message and say, hey, let's go to George, let's give him free ice cream, or let's celebrate his birthday with him. So it's ways to show that we care in ways before you wouldn't be able to find. So now on to Facebook. More user-generated content. We want the power of people to lead the story. On Facebook, we can share longer videos, and so we may share stories about service in the community. We may share stories about giving away food at a local event. So those are ways that, unlike others where you have a finite amount of space, you can share longer videos and stories, and so we use that. And then we highlighted Chicken Wire. That's our own brand. That's our own website and social media platform. We share recipes we share some of our recipes and mixes on that. We share some limited time options, and we can post those links on all three of those other platforms and drive people to look at that information for us. So we use social media to promote our brand, to tell the stories of our customers, and to drive people to content that we want them to see. Now Terry's going to come up and share a little bit more about just the trajectory of where we want to go, and then some very nice videos of some content that we have.
Yes, so Chick-fil-A has been around for over 70 years. And in the first 50 years of our corporation, we focused on building our sales. Sales were the key thing of focusing on a new business. So good companies have vision. We are focused, we are visioned on building our business to over $1 billion in sales. Today, we're at $11 billion plus in sales as a corporation. So the next 20 years, we focused on becoming, as George said, one of our most popular stores in the country. So we were successful at that. The statistics say we're successful at that. So where are we going in the future? And Daryl talked about being America's most caring restaurant. So the strategy that Chick-fil-A has chosen, the key strategy Chick-fil-A has chosen to become the most caring company in the U.S. is to utilize social media to become the most caring company in the U.S. A few statistics. Over 200 million people utilize social media in some way to hashtag about food or talk about food. And a lot of that viewing, that social media viewing, utilizes the ability for people to do reviews and comment on their experiences at restaurants and how they feel about their restaurants' ability to serve. So we are going to move from not only utilizing the ability to market our restaurants, but also utilize Chick-fil-A's corporate heart to utilize the more caring approach to where we go in the future. So social media is going to be a key ingredient on how we move to the future to prove that we are the nation's most caring company. We have a few videos of commercials, and commercials will utilize commercials to show how we care about our customers, and we can utilize those commercials to move onto the social media platforms to again illustrate that we love and care to serve our customers.
Good, Aaron. Cow. Cow. Yes, sweetie, cow. Cow. Paul, where are the burgers?
For breakfast, try Chick-fil-A's tasty chicken biscuits, chicken minis, or breakfast burritos.
Daryl's going to talk to you about why the cow.
So part of our marketing strategy some years ago was to highlight we wanted people to eat chicken because there were burger chains or burger restaurants around, lots of them, and what we wanted to do was highlight the chicken. So that's fine. So we got the cows to say, don't eat us, eat chicken. So the cows don't want you to eat them, they want you to eat more chicken. And thus, that was a marketing campaign or a marketing strategy that we used many years ago.
I guess you would. I work at the Chick-fil-A.
I go to that Chick-fil-A all the time.
He came to the drive-thru. Before I can give him his change, he drove away. It was a month before he came back in.
Marcus hands me this envelope, and it's like $3.
I kept it in my back pocket for over a month.
That's crazy. I'm just like pretty stunned.
She's like, dude, you serious? What?
Appreciate the $3, man. And we found out we both played trumpet.
So the last video, you can see how the video illustrates that our customers, that we care about our customers enough that if you left your money in the drive-thru, you left your money on the cash register, that we had a employee that would save that money until the next visit he came. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Justin, and Justin's going to hold a little panel with our operators and tell you more about how the operators envision the business.
Thank you, Terry. I want to highlight just how important our restaurant owners are to our brand and to our business. And so George, Stephanie, and Jim own restaurants in 3 different areas of the country. They own and independently operate them with our support. And so without them, we wouldn't be able to do the sales or have the influence that we do with our customers. And so I want to hear from them because they each have a different perspective on how they use media and social media in their businesses, and they have their own social media accounts. So we have a national Chick-fil-A account, but each one of their restaurants has a different social media account, and they use it to connect with their customers in their communities. So I want to start with Jim. Jim, tell us about marketing when you first started.
Okay, well, 31 years ago, marketing was a lot different. So was my volume. My volume at my first store, yearly volume, would have been $526,000. As I said before, at this point I'm at $6.5 million in a different type of store, but in a different location. But marketing back then, for us to reach the customers, was really face to face. It was really handshake to handshake. I couldn't reach out and grab people that were outside of our building, and so we had to do a lot of things right there at our restaurant, which limited the ability for us to grow. Some of that was sampling. When we say sampling, it means that we would take our Chick-fil-A's out to the front of our store, we would cut them up, we would put them on toothpicks, and we would hand them out to people that would walk by. If they didn't walk by, we can't hand it to them. And so we would attract a lot of people that were walking through the mall that would taste our product and then come to us because it was a great product. They'd also come to us because I used to have my daughters sample chicken, and they were so cute that they would take the chicken from them and not me. So something else we would do to attract customers to our store, we would hand out coupons for free Chick-fil-A sandwiches. We believed that we didn't want to give them a coupon that said you get $1 off, but we wanted to give them a coupon that would say, please come to our store, we'll give you a sandwich because we believe it's so good that once you try it, you'll buy it. But again, that was just those people that worked inside the mall. As we walked around, we would give those to them. Other things that we would do as well, we'd dress up in our mascot. And back in my early days, we had a chicken. And so we had this big chicken mascot outfit that we would put on, and we'd run around the mall. And we'd wave at people, and we'd hug them, and then we'd go back to our store. We'd tell them where to go, come back to our store, and have some Chick-fil-A. And so that was another way we marketed, but again, it was inside the mall. One other way we marketed was just with our great food. Great food, speed of service, really friendly service. That was another way we could market the business, but again, just inside the mall. And all that was very time consuming. Not only was I running a restaurant, but I was also trying to market the business. And as we all know, there's only so much time in a day. And it's very hard to keep that pace going. I also helped run the restaurant, run registers, clean floors, do all those things. My reach for marketing was a lot less. We couldn't afford, at our volume at that time, TV and radio. So again, there was no outreach, there was no way to get outside the mall. They had to be with us. They had to be in front of us. We had to get their attention, but we were limited. So to stay relevant, obviously we had to develop strategies that could help us to reach out and really touch so many more people and get that message out. And so that's why the social media part is so big for our business.
Thank you, Jim. It seems like back then you worked really hard and you could only reach a certain number of people. But now, with the use of technology, we can reach people all across the world at the touch of our fingertips in our phones every day. So, Stephanie, please tell me how you use social media in your business now that you have capabilities to do so.
Well, so for our situation, things were much different. I wasn't inside of a mall. I had a freestanding restaurant for all going on 19 years. So I didn't have the foot traffic. So sampling and trying to get their attention to come in wasn't going to work for me. So social media has played a huge part for our success. Like I said, the first year of business, we did about $1.3 million in sales, and this year we'll be just under $9 million. So one of the first ways we used is what I like to call to action on social media. So those are the things where we want to let someone know that we're having an event in our store, something like a military appreciation night, which is where I invite everyone who's been in the military, either actively serving or has retired, and I feed them and their families for free. So that's a call to action type of thing. Another thing that we have done, I wanted to grow our breakfast business. That was an area of great opportunity for us. So we would do free breakfast giveaways. We'd say, come in today between 7 and 9, and you will get a free breakfast item. And I'm not talking just a sample. We'd give them an entire entree so that they would try it. Same thing. If they try it, they love it, they'll come back. So that was kind of our call to action social media. Then we had what I call our create loyalty or show people that we care about them. So those were things like if we were at an event like Military Appreciation, we would do videos, we'd do pictures. If we were out at a road race, running race, we would be there handing out sandwiches. We would have our mascot cow out there. So this is just showing our community that we want to get involved in the events that they are doing, not just inside our restaurant, but outside of our restaurant. The third way, of course, is advertising. So right now we have a new milkshake that we've just rolled out, and it's the peppermint chocolate chip milkshake. So that's showing up all over my social media right now so that people will know that that milkshake is new and it's there for them to come and try. So advertising, it's a huge way to just highlight your new products. And then the last way we kind of used it is we have an app. How many of you guys have ordered food off of your phone? Okay, so quite a few of you have. We have an app, and our app is growing quite a bit. I asked my marketing director today how many app users just at my store. We have 9,000 app users at my store right now, and they can come in and they can either order on the app, come into the counter, and it'll be ready for them, and they pick it up. They can order on the app and say that they're here, come through the drive-thru and pick it up, or they can order on the app and go to a designating parking space outside, and we'll bring it out to them. So that's another huge technology way. And I believe our app members are up over 26 million as a chain right now, people using our app. And our social media, we're just getting some of these numbers in as I'm talking to you. Our social media users are sitting at above 10 million, almost 11 million social media followers. And at my store, I have about 5,000. So, you know, they're saying, you know, there's 2,700 Chick-fil-A's out there. So I think 5,000 is not so bad for one store.
Thank you, Stephanie. Social media has really changed your business. Now from George, how important is social media in your business, and how do you think you can relay that information, and how can you use it here?
So let me also state that Stephanie and Jim and I all started in very similar positions with a company that wasn't that popular in our area. It was popular in the South, not that well known. And in fact, when I started, most people couldn't even pronounce the name of our company. They couldn't say Chick-fil-A. My yaya would, the Chick-fil-A, you know, the Chick-fil-A. Then he said, passando pune. So it took time. So let's go back one step. You have to have, before you start marketing and social media and sampling, you have to have a great product, right? Number one. So I would suggest if you want to open a new store in Caterini, I think we have enough tiropita and spanakopita, right? Right? If you open another one, you have to have a reason why you should come to yours, right? So we have to start, we are very proud of our products, that they are great. We are very proud and work very hard to be sure that our service is great. It's kind of like if you have a party at your house. Before you have the party and start inviting people, be sure you have το σπίτι καθαρό, καλό φαγητό, να είσαι έτοιμοι οι παλάτες, right? Be sure, it has to be ready. But then once it's ready, if nobody comes to the party, άμα δεν έρθει κανένας, είσαι μόνος σου. You have to start inviting people, right? So have a great product, have all your systems set up. And once again, we all started, Stephanie didn't, we started in malls because people wouldn't come out of their way for us. We had to get other people's customers, right? We had to be next to other popular people and say, hey, because they would go down the mall and there'd be 10 places to eat at, and I had to make them switch where they were going to go because they probably weren't coming to me, and I had to sit out there with friendly people and have them try my chicken and go, wow, I was going to get pizza, but that is good. And then they would turn and come with me and tell people. So that's how it all started. My sales today are more in 1 month than I did my whole first year. So it just didn't happen overnight. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of vasina. I was forvithika. We're not big shots. We are people who started very small, all of us, and worked and worked and worked to get. We also had a huge advantage too in that we're connected with a great company that had a great vision. So we also try to get involved, as Stephanie and Jim also said in my story, with everything in the community so people would know us. If you would go to the dentist in my town and your child was well behaved, they'd give you a coupon for free chicken nuggets. If you got good grades in school, your daskala would give you a certificate that said, congratulations on doing good in school. Here is a coupon. Go to Chick-fil-A. They'll give you a free meal to say congratulations. If there was a running race, I would give you a free coupon for one of our healthy products, not ice cream, if you think maybe they don't want fattening stuff. I would give them to say, hey, I have healthy food too, come to my restaurant. We also had events to say, hey, we have some fun stuff in our store. Daddy-daughter date night. Bring baba, pere, τα κορίτσια στο σπίτι, έλα και θα θαγίσουμε για τσάμπα. And in addition to that, we'll give you a horseback carriage ride. We'll put tablecloths. We'll give your daughter flowers. We'll make it a very special night for you. So we started doing everything we could to make ourselves, to give people a reason to come to us when we weren't popular. But now, as they said, now we have a need to reach further out, right? Because now we have a freestanding store with a drive-through, and people have to come out of their way to our store. I no longer count on people just happen to walk by. And what's amazing to think of, as popular as we are, there are still thousands of people in my small town that have never eaten with us. When I hear the statistics of how many people have not eaten at my restaurant, I don't believe it. Does anybody know what those are? They're ridiculous. I mean, they're ridiculous. How many people, we think, oh, everybody's come to Chick-fil-A. No, they haven't. So, the future has been, I have to now use the new platforms, even though Γέρασα, δεν τα ξέρω εγώ καλά τώρα, μόνος μου, τα παιδιά ξέρουνε, ο παιδί μου τα ξέρει, but εγώ δεν καταλαβαίνω καλά τώρα. Έχω άλλους που τα καταλαβαίνουνε και λέω εγώ ξέρω τούτο πρέπει να γίνει, το Facebook, το Twitter, το Instagram, but εγώ δεν είμαι καλός σε αυτά, βοήθησέ μου, γιατί άμα δεν με βοηθήσεις, here's my Greeklish, I'm going to get left behind, right? I'm going to say, everybody else, δεν τα καταλαβαίνω αυτά, I've done good so far, I don't need that anymore, right? I did good so far, δεν έχω όρεξη όλα αυτά τα κορία, το νέο λέω είναι αυτά. But I haven't done that because I want to continue growing. And so I have people in my company that understand it, get with smart people and learn about it, and put me on social media so I can be competitive as well.
Thank you, George. And we now like to open up the floor for questions from the audience.
Probably one.
Έλα, my friend, μ' ακούς? Θα μου πεις λίγο με πόσο τα 100 κέρδος δουλεύετε και βγάζει τόσα φράγκα. Μ' άκουσες? Μ' άκουσε? Λέω, με πόσο τα 100 κέρδος δουλεύετε και βγάζετε τόσα λεφτά.
So, the first thing is that information is information that we don't even share anywhere. That's confidential. I will tell you that in the early days, I made very little, to the point where it was too much work for the amount of income I felt I was receiving. But I believed so much in the product. I believed so much in the values of the company. I believed so much in the mission statement that, and I also saw others who were succeeding, that I wanted to carry on. I was a school teacher. Ο μπαμπάς μου ήταν δάσκαλος. Είδα τη μαμά μου πόσο σκληρά δούλευε στο εστιατόριό μας. Είχαμε ένα ελληνικό. Κάθε μέρα δεν το ήθελα. Μπήκα μέσα, δεν μ' άρεσε. Στο πρώτο και μετά είπα, πιστεύω άμα κάνω τα σωστά πράγματα θα γίνουν τα πράγματα καλά. And now I will tell you that I'm very blessed. I make a very good living in the United States, and I'm very blessed in that I not only love what I do, something I didn't want to do because I watched my mom, how hard it was, and it's a hard job. When you have a restaurant, and I'm educated. I have 2 bachelor's degrees, a master's, and half of a PhD, right? And my dad and my Ι.Ε.Ο.Α and my mom says, why do you want to be in a restaurant? Γιατί? Είσαι έξυπνος. But I make a very, all of us make great livings. Though while we won't disclose the percentage and the money, it is a very blessed life, and we live great.
More questions?
αυτές τις αρχές να προχωρήσεις, θα μπορείς να βρεις τρόπους να ξεπεράσεις ορισμένα εμπόδια. Μιλούσαμε στη Θεσσαλονίκη με μια εταιρεία, μια startup ελληνική, η οποία ξεκίνησε πολύ. Η μία αυτή, μάλιστα, είναι εταιρεία που δημιουργεί πλατφόρμες με τρόπους που μπορείς να εκπαιδεύσεις υπαλλήλους. Ξέρετε τι έχει? Η Chick-fil-A από την Ατλάντα, δεν ξέρω πώς, αλλά τους βρήκε αυτούς εδώ στη Θεσσαλονίκη. Και χρησιμοποιεί τώρα για τις δεκάδες χιλιάδες υπαλλήλους της αυτή την εταιρεία και κάνει με τις ηλεκτρονικές πλατφόρμες, κάνει τη δουλειά της, γιατί βέβαια ο ιδιοκτήτης της εταιρείας μου είπε τη Δευτέρα, του λέει αυτός και παίρνουν κι άλλους από διάφορα κράτη. Επομένως υπάρχουν και οι άσχημες πλευρές οπωσδήποτε, αλλά δεν πρέπει να αφήσουμε αυτές να μας σταματήσουν, θα πρέπει να ψάχνουμε δημιουργικά, να βρούμε για να προχωρήσουμε και να σκεφτούμε λίγο έξω από το κουτί που λέμε.
What's your name?
My name's Ellie.
Ellie, I'm Daryl again. So I will share with you one thing or a few things that I think that are very important to our organization. Is every business in America, yes, it may be a little bit easier. I'm not sure of all the climate, the business climate here in Greece, but even in America there are unsuccessful businesses. And I think one of the things that has really helped to make Chick-fil-A successful is we have remained a family business since the 40s. So we're on generation number 3 involved in the business. And there are investors, there's business analysts who will tell us to sell the business. But we feel as if we were to do that, we would not be able to care for people the way that we have in the past. So again, there's other restaurant companies, there's other businesses that have wonderful brands, that offer wonderful products and services, but many of those have not been successful. I can think about Blockbuster, and I think about Sears, and I think about some of these other companies that had the wrong focus where it became profits before people, and they don't exist. So family business, privately held, honor, dignity, respect, and care for all customers regardless of who they are has helped to make us successful. And those are really the principles that the founder had in place when he started in 1946. And here we are almost $11 billion later, and we haven't opened on Sunday. We do things for our employees and for our team members that other businesses, successful or those that may even have not been successful, would not do because it's profitable. And you think about a business on Sunday closing, it makes no sense in America, even today, that you would do that. So those are just some of the things that I would think, Ellie, have helped us to be successful as an American brand. God bless you. We can meet and talk about it also after. Okay.
And just to piggyback too what Daryl said. I was Googling it to see, and it didn't come up. I don't have good internet. I believe the statistic is in America. I don't know if you know it or not. 90% of all restaurants fail in the first year. So while we don't want to insult you or upset you to say they don't understand, you're right, we don't understand. We don't live here, right? So we don't understand. And we also don't want to come across as, look how much money we make, look how good we're not trying to say that either. Our heart is just to share with you what's worked for us, not realizing what of these principles that we're sharing are good for you. We don't know that, okay? Only you can digest it and make a determination of what is good. I understand some may leave and go, some of you may feel that way. I'm just telling you what's worked for us, but we're very blessed, right? And our corporate purpose that I didn't go over because I made a mistake. I was too busy doing shows for my wife on Facebook, is to glorify God by being a faithful steward of all that's entrusted to us, and to have a positive influence on all who come into contact with Chick-fil-A. That slide was up there, wasn't it? To glorify God by being a faithful steward of all that's entrusted to us, meaning whatever position God has given you, whether it's the person in your company making the least amount of money and having the worst position, or you're the boss, our job, and you got to remember, I do the lowest sales of anybody who owns a store on this panel. It's not my job to complain or whine. It's my job to make the most out of the opportunity that I have. And that's why I said, be sure before you go into business, you find a business that you think is going to be successful and you run it beautifully, right? Right? And then before you decide to open a second restaurant or to get more, you got to get better, right? You just don't start opening magasin. Americans have made a big mistake over the years of trying to open too many stores too fast. Their quality goes down, and then they get into trouble. And then the second part of the corporate purpose is to have a positive influence on all who come into contact with Chick-fil-A. Today, this is a part of that purpose for us. We want to share with you, realizing we don't know if this is going to help you or not. We don't know if it applies. I don't know. I don't know what you sell. I don't know if you're good. I don't know the economy. I realize you have troubles. I have cousins. I have uncles. They tell me it's tough. But I do know you probably went into business with a dream and a hope, right? Or you have a dream and a hope, just like I did. We're trying to share with you the foundational blocks. Foundational blocks. I'm sure that's a hard one. That we have been able to not only grow and sustain, but to continue for 51 straight years, to continue to evolve and to get better and not get stagnant and go downhill, because finally the restaurants that were on the main street that when I grew up as a PD are mostly all gone, right? The restaurants on the street where I and Terry grew up in the same D.Ì.E.O.A, they're gone. The new ones come and take over. We hope that Chick-fil-A 50 years from now will still be relevant and still be growing. We don't know, but we're trying to do our part. No, it's not. No, all the chains that were on the restaurant row when I was growing up are gone. Only McDonald's is left. They're all gone. Figana, Ponderosa, Bonanza, Ryan's Steakhouse, all are gone.
You got one last question.
Hello, my name is Irini Kokcheidou, and I want to ask you, how can you use social media to advertise our companies? And what do you think about e-commerce?
Yeah, I think to answer that, social media gives us a platform where we can post pictures. We're a restaurant company of our food, or if we are selling other items, we can post pictures of them, or how do we use them. So, for example, if I have nails and I sell hammers, I'm going to use these hammers in a video to show people that my product solves their problem. And so, using social media, you can post a variety of things. If it's food, you can show people how delicious it looks. If it's hammers, you can show people that it solves a problem for them. And so social media gives you an opportunity to reach people who normally wouldn't walk by the street, wouldn't know where you are. You can tell people where you are. You can tell them what you do. And you can convince them that, hey, at least it's worth a shot to come try it with me. From e-commerce standpoint, we sell chicken, so we don't do anything online. We might sell gift cards. We might do things like that from an e-commerce standpoint. But as it's growing, you think about Amazon. As those things grow and everybody stops going into stores and starts buying things online, how can you get your products sold in these areas to where you can also have another sales channel coming in from there? So if people are coming into your business, but then you also have people buying products online, then that's a way to grow your business as well.
And also show using social media to prove that we are a company that cares. So we use experiences like the commercial that was presented there, or other things where customers will come and share a good experience they've had in the restaurant with us, and we'll be able to share that to our social media feeds. More questions?
Okay, so you've told us how social media has helped you. Μας είπατε ότι τα social media σας βοηθήσανε να αναπτύξετε τις επιχειρήσεις σας, τα εστιατόριά σας. Από τους νέους πελάτες που γνωρίζετε ποιοι είναι οι νέοι σας πελάτες στα καταστήματά σας, ποιο ποσοστό θα λέγατε ότι είναι άμεσα συνδεμένο με τη δουλειά που κάνετε στα social media? Και η δεύτερη ερώτηση θα ήταν ποιο θα ήταν ένα καλό ποσοστό για μια επιχείρηση να ξοδέψει ώστε να προβληθεί στα social media και να αποκτήσει καινούριους πελάτες. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
I'll get part, and then you get the second part about what you spend as a percentage. So for the first part of that question, how do we track how many people we reach on social media? We use analytics. We pull data from our likes, from our retweets, from things like that. On our app, we look at how many users we have. We can see what they ordered in the past. We can say, okay, like it's your birthday and you love to come and get a Chick-fil-A sandwich or nuggets or a milkshake. I'm going to send you something free because now I know more about the history of what you like and what you ordered than I knew before. And as far as the percentage of what they spend, I'm going to... How many of them are new to are actually directly related to your social media marketing campaign? So the new customers that are coming, are they from advertising, radio, or do they come directly to the social media marketing campaign? And so when we advertise on social media and you click the link, there's a way with that data that tracks when it switches over to the app what you buy from there. So if you click on try the Chick-fil-A app, you click on that on Twitter, on Instagram, it takes you to the app, but it's still open in Instagram. And so it's recording what you choose to buy at that point. So then we can see, number one, you came directly from here, and then here's what you bought in that space during that time. And so we can directly link it and say, okay, when we posted this on these feeds or in this location for these customers that we wanted to reach, here's what they bought, and here's how many people we reached. So I'm going to defer to Stephanie to answer the question about percentage of what she spends on marketing.
Okay, so obviously I can't do all of it by myself. That would be very difficult. I keep on staff right now 3 people who are doing marketing and that is including social media. So it's a little hard for me to break it completely out because they do other things as well. But I have 3 full-time staff members that are taking care of helping me with social media, marketing, event planning, etc. And then, of course, the actual food that's given away. So not counting the wage for the people that I pay to do it, our marketing line just for product giveaway, social media that we have boosted, which also costs money if you want to boost the post to reach a further geographic area. My marketing line's running at about 3.5% right now. And that's not counting wage.
I would say also for the marketing wage line, I have 2 full-time people that handle marketing for us. Our wage line is around 1% for those 2 people. There are some support staff that might do children events and things, but it's a very small percentage compared to the 2 marketing directors that are taking care of things. Would be around 1%.
Okay, another question? Any more questions? All right.
Okay, I think we're coming to the close of the presentation. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I think we're coming to the close of the presentation. Number one, again, as George said, we're really here to encourage and to just share with you some of the principles that we use or that we've used in our business to help us be successful. So we hope that that helps you, hope that it helps your business grow, hope that it helps you grow as an individual and as a person. Second of all, we really appreciate you all being here. I mean, it's an honor for us that you all would come out to hear us, and we really appreciate that so very much. Thank you. And third of all, I will turn it over to our president of the chamber.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Πριν κλείσουμε και αφού έχουμε ολοκληρώσει τις ερωτήσεις, ακούστηκαν πράγματι πάρα πολύ σημαντικά και από εσάς. Είμαι και εγώ, ξέρετε, ένας επαγγελματίας όπως εσείς. Είμαι και εγώ ένας από εσάς που πέρασε αυτά τα δύσκολα χρόνια της κρίσης. Σίγουρα όλοι μας ήμασταν λίγο τρομαγμένοι από τις συνεχόμενες παρεμβάσεις στις κρατικές, από τη φοροεπιδρομή, από όλα αυτά. Όμως, κυρίες και κύριοι συνάδελφοι, πρέπει να βλέπουμε το μέλλον με αισιοδοξία. Και σίγουρα είμαι από αυτούς που πάλι πιστεύω ότι το κλίμα αλλάζει. Θα σας πω μόνο ένα πράγμα. Επειδή είμαι και αντιπρόεδρος της Κεντρικής Ένωσης Επιμελητηρίων Ελλάδος και μιλάμε με τα Υπουργεία, αλλά και με τον Πρωθυπουργό τον ίδιο, θα δίνεται η δυνατότητα σε λίγο διάστημα να ανοίγεις μια επιχείρηση χωρίς να κάνεις καν διαδικασίες υγειονομικού ελέγχου κτλ. Και αφού θα την ανοίξεις και μετά θα έχεις ένα περιθώριο χρόνου να τακτοποιήσεις όλα αυτά τα θέματα που αφορούν τη γραφειοκρατία. Άρα κάτι αλλάζει σε αυτόν τον τόπο. Ακούμε πάρα πολλές φορές ότι ο τζίρος της αγοράς έχει πέσει. Αυτό είναι μια αλήθεια, μια πραγματικότητα. Έχουμε αναρωτηθεί όμως το τι πωλήσεις γίνονται μέσα από το διαδίκτυο. Αν θα σας πω τα νούμερα, ειλικρινά πιστεύω ότι θα τρομάξετε. Ηλικίες που είναι κάτω των 45, το 80% των αγορών τους το κάνει μέσα από το διαδίκτυο. Μα θα μου πει κάποιος, πώς το καταφέρνω εγώ στην επιχείρηση μου να το κάνω. Είναι ένα θέμα αυτό. Άκουσα προηγουμένως τον κύριο εδώ να λέει ότι έχω ένα άτομο, 2 άτομα για το μάρκετινγκ, έχω ένα άτομο εδώ, υπολογίζει το κόστος, το 1% για αυτό, το 1% για το άλλο. Άρα και θα μπορούσε η ελληνική επιχείρηση όμως να λειτουργήσει με αυτό το μοντέλο που λειτουργεί μια επιχείρηση στην Αμερική. Εγώ πιστεύω ναι. Αλλά μην ξεχνάμε και κάτι άλλο. Ότι στην Αμερική δεν είναι ο δρόμος στρωμένος με λουλούδια να περπατήσει ο επιχειρηματίας. Πρέπει να βρει το κατάλληλο προϊόν, πρέπει να βρει το κατάλληλο τρόπο για να μπορέσει να το κάνει ένα brand name, να μπορέσει να περπατήσει στην αγορά. Και αυτό το σίγουρο που κοιτάει στην Αμερική ο πολίτης, ο επιχειρηματίας, τι κοιτάει? Το ρολόι του. Δουλεύει 12-13 ώρες. Μα θα μου πεις, εμείς δουλεύουμε λιγότερο? Όχι, δεν δουλεύουμε περισσότερο ή πιο πολύ. Δουλεύουμε πολύ λιγότερο. Δοκιμαστήκαμε από την κρίση και πιστεύω ότι θα γίνουμε καλύτεροι. Ας παραδειγματιστούμε σήμερα από τους συζητητές. Τι έχω αντιληφθεί εγώ? Το επάγγελμά τους, τη δουλειά τους την κάναν διασκέδαση. Είναι πολύ βασικό αυτό. Δεν κάνανε τη δουλειά για να επιβιώσουνε, κάνανε πρώτα τη δουλειά γιατί την πιστέψανε, στη συνέχεια την πετύχανε και στη συνέχεια τη δουλεύουνε και τη διασκεδάζουνε. Άκουσα πάρα πολύ την κυρία που είπε ότι το μηνιάτικο ή το μερομίσθιο που πληρώνει δεν την ενδιαφέρει πολύ. Την ενδιαφέρει το τι κερδίζει, αν κερδίζει η επιχείρηση. Αν κερδίζει η επιχείρηση πρέπει να πληρωθεί περισσότερο εργαζόμενος. Αλλά και να μην κερδίζει η επιχείρηση πρέπει να πληρωθεί πάλι ο εργαζόμενος. Άρα πρέπει να είμαστε πολύ προσεκτικοί. Πώς στείλουμε λοιπόν μια ιστοσελίδα? Γιατί όλοι μας λίγο πολύ προσπαθήσαμε αυτό το μοντέλο της πώλησης. Ας μην γελιόμαστε. Από το μικρότερο κατάστημα μέχρι και τη μεγαλύτερη επιχείρηση. Αν δεν επενδύσεις στο διαδίκτυο, δεν νομίζω ότι μπορείς να πετύχεις. Αν πιστεύουμε ότι επειδή ξέρουμε να στέλνουμε ένα SMS ή αν νομίζουμε ότι μπορούμε να πληρώσουμε μέσω του e-banking μια πληρωμή, πιστεύουμε ότι μπορούμε να στηρίξουμε ένα e-shop και μια διαδικτυακή πώληση, νομίζω ότι κάνουμε λάθος. Θέλουμε τον κατάλληλο άνθρωπο, αυτόν τον οποίον η παιδεία η ελληνική, το πανεπιστήμιο του τάμαθε. Τέτοιους θέλουμε. Θα μου πεις πώς τον πληρώνουμε? Σε όλες τις επιχειρήσεις μας επενδύουμε, ρισκάρουμε. Είναι και αυτό ένα ρίσκο. Αλλά είναι ένα ρίσκο με πολύ χαμηλό κόστος. Δεν είναι ένα ρίσκο το να κάνω ένα κατάστημα το οποίο να επενδύσω 100.000 με το διακοσμητή, άλλες 100 πόσες θα διαθέσω ανάλογα τα προϊόντα για να βάλω τα εμπορεύματά μου. Εδώ επενδύεις στο ανθρώπινο δυναμικό και μπορεί να έχεις μια αποθήκη που να μην έχει καθόλου πρόσβαση στο δρόμο, αλλά μέσα από εκεί να κάνεις θαύματα. Και ιδιαίτερα σήμερα που μπορεί μέσα από το διαδίκτυο από τη μία άκρη του κόσμου στην άλλη σε δευτερόλεπτα να συνεννοηθείς και να μιλήσεις και να προβάλλεις. Θα ήθελα να ευχαριστήσω λοιπόν εδώ τους συζητητές μας και θα χαρώ πάρα πολύ, δεν είναι εύκολο βέβαια να σας έχουμε πάντα κοντά μας, αλλά θα χαρώ πολύ να ξαναδοθεί η δυνατότητα να ξαναείστε στο επιμελητήριό μας, γιατί και μόνο από την προσέλευση του κόσμου και ιδιαίτερα στα νέα τα παιδιά, νομίζω ότι χρειάζονται τέτοιους συζητητές, χρειάζονται τέτοιες πρακτικές να τις ακούνε από ανθρώπους οι οποίοι είναι αυτοδημιούργητοι. Ευχαριστώ πολύ, καλό βράδυ. Πριν όμως αποχαιρετήσουμε τους καλεσμένους μας, λεφτά δεν θέλουν να πάρουν. Δώρα δεν θέλουν να πάρουν, εμείς όμως θα τους δώσουμε, που δεν το κάνουμε πάντα, θα τους δώσουμε από ένα σήμα του επιμελητηρίου μας, που νομίζω ότι θα το θυμούνται, ώστε για να ξαναέρθουν. Και νομίζω να έρθουν τα μέλη της Διοικητικής Επιτροπής να βάλουμε από έναν σε κάθε εισηγητή το σήμα. Έλα, ανοίγουν τα πάνε και βάζει.
Ευχαριστώ.
Παρακαλώ. Εδώ Τζένι. Thank you very much. Στον Ιχνάκη το Μεϊμάρη. Μεϊμάρης. Πού είναι, έχει άλλο, δεν έχει. Μεϊμάρης. Δώσαμε. Η Βίνα εκεί έχει, η Βίνα. Καλά δεν μπορούσα να Ναι, δώστε, ναι. Εντάξει.